Live from the Sugarland Ice and Sports Center in Sugarland, Texas, this is the ISHL on LSN Sports. Tonight, it's a South Division matchup between the division's top two teams as the Memorial West Whalers, the top team in the South Division, play host to the second-place Ridge Point Panthers. Good evening, everybody, and welcome. I'm Michael Silvers, pleased to be joined by David Feliciano. Delighted to have you along for the ride as we bring you the third meeting between these two teams this season, with the Whalers having won the previous two. And they've been the league's best team since the jump, with only one loss and one tie on their ledger. And they come in tonight on an 8-game winning streak, looking to sweep the season series against the team that's only 3 points behind them in the South Division standings.
And Memorial's come such a long way. When we first started doing these games, they were a middle-of-the-road program, and Coach Santini done an incredible job. The champions 2 years ago, last season, watched out because of the virus. And Memorial, the premier program in the league, tough test tonight, but something that will tell you that'll change things up.
The Ridge Point Panthers enter this tilt tonight fresh off a tie with the North Division's second-place team, San Antonio, on Sunday, where they found themselves down 2-0 in the second period before Matthew Kupich and Kean Stafford scored to tie the game up, get the tie, and salvage a point.
Yeah, we've seen Ridge Point the most this season. Very deep team, fast skaters, athletic, and just as good as Memorial West in a lot of categories.
Coming up next, we'll have the scratches for tonight's game, the goaltending matchup, and the starting lineup, so stay tuned. We're live from the Sugarland Ice and Sports Center ahead of Memorial West and Ridge Point. This is the ISHL on LSN Sports.
Are you looking for a new home? First Community Credit Union has everything from purchase loans to construction loans, VA loans, and more. With our competitive rates, low to no closing costs, and rate match guarantee, FCCU can help you navigate home ownership. Discover your options at FCCU and get pre-approved today at fccu.org/home loans. First Community Credit Union is the official credit union of the Houston Texans. First Community Credit Union is an equal housing opportunity lender.
Bonfire Wings is a neighborhood-based, fast casual counter-service restaurant. Bonfire Wings specializes in 12 unique flavors of hot wings. Traditional favorites like gumbo and boudin are mainstays. They boast wing sauces with creative names such as Cajun Mojo, Garlic Parmesan, Spicy Creole, Insanely Hot, the award-winning and top seller Honey Barbecue, Hot Lemon Pepper, and Sweet Heat. 2 Houston area locations including in North Shore on Wood Forest Boulevard. Bonfire Wings, genuine Creole, uniquely Cajun.
We've got the power to make things right. Mr. Electric, show you the light.
Looking for electrical help you can count on? Switch to Mr. Electric. We have some of the best trained electricians in the business, and they're ready to help you with any project, big or small. Best of all, with Mr. Electric, our work is 100% guaranteed. That's why so many people trust Mr. Electric.
We've got the power to make things better. Mr. Electric.
Warm-ups about to take place. The team's waiting for the whistle from the officials who have just taken the ice here in Sugarland. Ridge Point versus Memorial West. They've met twice before in November, and in fact, they were our first broadcast this season here on the ISHL on LSN Sports. Tell you more about that in a moment. Let's go down the scratches for tonight's game. For Ridge Point, head coach Eric Gould scratches Jackson Gross, Valerie Kupich, Brent Kasich, and leading scorer Drew Blake. He's in attendance, just will not play tonight. Stephen Santini is off tonight as the head coach of the Memorial West Whalers. He had plans that were not able to be adjusted after the league adjusted the schedule and put a game on Memorial West here tonight. Scratch from your lineup, Ethan Carter, the league's leading scorer, Matthew Frazier, and the leader in assists in the ISHL, Andre Czech. So really, Dave, Memorial West coming here inside this barn very shorthanded relative to their opponents tonight.
Yeah, when you do the preparations for these games, now you got to throw everything out and start over. And when you talk about Frazier and Czech, that's more than 50% of the Whalers scoring and assists. I mean, these guys have combined for over 90 points on the season. Your top two guys are out, so changes a lot of stuff for the second and third lines.
Starting lineups are brought to you by the Walk-Up Company, the Metal Fabricators. For the 13-4-2 Ridge Point Panthers, starting up front, Charlie Blake, Kean Stafford, and Brock Cote. On the blue line, Matthew Kupich and Nolan Boltina. For Memorial West, starting up front, Grigory Nikulin, Ethan Seiler, and Henry Lord. On defense, Michael Martinez and Maya Anderson. The goaltending matchup for the Panthers, it's the senior Nathan Thomas, who leads the league in wins, is third in goals against average with a 2.16 goals against. His save percentage is a .884. He has 2 shutouts on the season and gave up 2 goals on just 14 shots against San Antonio on Sunday. Opposite him is Misha Saratatsev, 2 shutouts on the season, tied for 4th with 7 wins, a 7-1-1 record for the young man, a freshman for the Whalers. He is second in goals against with a 1.73 goals against average, and he's second in save percentage with a .910 save percentage.
Well, if they gave up the Vezina trophy, you probably won't give it to Thomas or Saratatsev or Valdiviso. All the goalies, the best goalies in the leagues, are on these squads, and we've really had a good chance to see them this year. These goalies are giving up 1 to 2 goals a game at the high school level. That's spectacular.
Ridge Point, this is game number 20 for them. They've got 2 more after tonight against PFC next Friday, and then 2 weeks from tonight, they close out the regular season against the Woodlands. Memorial West have 4 games remaining against 2 opponents, Fair Creek and San Antonio. They'll alternate the opponents beginning on Sunday when they meet Fair Creek at 6:40 p.m. Coming up next, it's the keys to the game and tonight's puck drop between the Memorial West Whalers, 15-1-1 on the year, against the 13-4 Ridge Point Panthers. Stay with us. This is the ISHL on LSN Sports.
Now for your Wellness Minute with Dr. Steve Hotze.
Men, you're probably already aware of the fact that we're notorious for neglecting our health concerns and ignoring warning signs. If you were to be totally honest, you've experienced change in your life such as a decrease in your drive, your initiative, your assertiveness, your sense of well-being. You have increased fatigue, a decline in self-confidence. You're depressed. You have depressed moods, irritable moods. You have decreased mental sharpness, a decline in romantic moods and inclinations and sexual ability. These signs are common symptoms of men with low testosterone levels. Bioidentical, natural testosterone replacement can put a tiger back in your tank. However, men's health also requires a balance of good nutrition, detoxifying the body, and supplementing with proper vitamins, minerals, and nutrients. I'm Dr. Steve Hotze.
Guys, isn't it about time you took care of you? Call the Hotze Health and Wellness Center for a free consultation. 281-698-8698. Get back your energy and zest for life. 281-698-8698.
Forming, rolling, punching, cutting, welding. If you know what I'm talking about, you know it's the Walk-Up Company. The Walk-Up Company has become the leading metal fabricator in the Houston area because we can offer you something few others can match. Extensive fabrication experience, a highly seasoned and skilled workforce, high-tech equipment, and the stability you want in tough economic times. Family owned and operated for years, so you know we'll be here for the long run. And our commitment to quality work and customer satisfaction makes the Walk-Up Company the right choice for you. Visit us at walkupco.com. That's walkupco.com. The Walk-Up Company. Your imagination, our fabrication.
Time for tonight's keys to the game, brought to you by First Community Credit Union. Think first.
Well, with all the changes and the scratches, you would have thought you would align on your best players, your go-to guys, but everybody out tonight, you got to talk about the supporting cast, the second and third lines. Can they step up and make some big plays to replace some of those points? I think a good key could be the power play. Both power play kills, but these squads are up around 95, 96%, 98 actually for one. If you can get some power play goals, that's an extra gift.
The Whalers are looking for the 3-game season sweep of the Panthers, and they can get it with a win tonight. They met last on January 22nd, got a late shorthanded goal by Andre Czech in the third period to get a 5-4 win, and a back-and-forth affair. Earlier in November, the Whalers beat the Panthers 5-3. Czech has scored 4 goals in the 2 games, while Matthew Boisvert of the Panthers has potted 3 goals in the season series so far. And as we mentioned in our previous segment, the Whalers will be without the league's top scorer, Matthew Fraser, who has 48 goals in just 13 games, 66 points, And their leading assist man, top helper in the league, Andre Cech. 29 helpers to go along with the 28 goals he has scored, 57. I mean, that's some serious firepower that they will not be without. They will be without tonight. Steven Santini, their head coach, not in attendance tonight. Taylor Mullen and Vadim Saratatsev will act as the coaches for the Whalers here tonight.
Well, Cech, the most complete player in the league, as Mike said, 28 and 29. Just big numbers. But we're going to see a whole crop of new faces out here from Memorial. Same players, but maybe some new big stars tonight.
Memorial West in green, trimmed in blue and white. And Saratatsev will be to our left. Ridge Point in white, trimmed in purple and black. Thomas to our right. The officials, the referees are George Lahaki and Paul Wilkinson, Mike Burns and Andrew McCrae working the lines tonight. Henry Lord to take the face-off against Charlie Blake. Bridgepoint wins it. They're moving from right to left. And a lead pass ahead to Charlie Blake. Had a big game it was 7 nights ago in a win over Fair Creek. Turnover into the defensive zone. Skating it out from left to right come the Whalers. Henry Lord able to feed it back to Grigory Nikulin. And he sends in around deep. Matthew Kupich plays it up the boards, but turned over, got it back to Kean Stafford. And he will drive into the zone, lose the puck to Maya Anderson, flip back out to center. The Panthers will recoil with Nolan Boltina at right defense. Matthew Kupich left defense. Ahead, all the way down, ramps off the stick of Maya Anderson. Kean Stafford picks her pocket from behind, twist one into the top of the crease area, and it was poked just wide as we have the game's first penalty early, as Charlie Blake had that early chance for the Panthers.
So Martinez, he stuck Blake, I believe, not Blake, but he stuck somebody in the boards at the far end. So probably boarding of some sort of roughing.
It's certainly roughing at 52 seconds of period number 1. The Whalers came in with a collective 173 penalty minutes. Early power play for the second best power play in the league. Ridge Point, this power play brought to you by Mr. Electric. We have the power to make things better. At left defense, Jeb Gould. He took 4 of the Panthers' 6 penalties on Sunday against San Antonio. At the side of the net, lifting one off the side of the net was Schmoish. The Panthers with Brock Cote switching up with Jeb Gould. Gets a nice 1-2 on the give and go. Set back to Jeb Gould. Nolan Botana, left wing circle. Cross ice feed, shot, score! Cote on the power play, 1-0 Panthers.
That was a terrific little setup. Great passing by Ridge Point. About 3 passes. That looked like a professional team right there. And the pass was right across the middle in the hot zone. A lot of traffic in there. And Cote, who we did not see last game, he's back tonight for score.
17th goal for the junior Brock Cote. And an early power play marker against the league's best penalty kill unit. Coming in tonight, they have been killing nearly 98% of the penalties they've taken. Here's another chance down low as I was talking, but Saratatsev is able to make a save. And the Whalers are able to get it out to the neutral zone before it is punched back in by Boivay. Bodies go down. That was Connor Bailey, the biggest player on either team. Worked back out to center by the Panthers, turned over by Bailey and flipped in off the backhand by Finley Dagan. Jeb Gould takes it behind his own net, works it up the middle of the ice and feeds it up the left wing boards to Boivay, the captain for the Panthers. Lost it, and the clearing attempt blocked. Side of the net, shot by Jeb Gould, hit the side of the cage. Connor Bailey twisting with it in the left wing corner. Fed it below the goal line before a centering pass from below there was Axel. But his pocket was picked by Michael Martinez, who scored the game's first goal when these two teams met on the 22nd. He skates in, shooting one short side. Thomas makes his first save of the game. Martinez behind the goal. Had taken away, then Bertlesen took a shot, and then the puck rolls in. Michael Martinez ties this game up at the 2:37 mark of period 1.
Martinez is one of those players going to get some pub tonight. He is 3rd in scoring behind Frazier and Cech, and he stayed with it. He took that from the other end, stayed with the play, and then got a rebound for the goal.
Goal number 8 for the junior, Michael Martinez. So after the quick goal by Ridgepoint on the power play, an even strength tally for Memorial West to tie the game up as Wyatt Legge drives in to the left wing corner. Watched by Kupich. Spun around the boards, kept alive. Henry Lord skates below the goal line. Boltina working against him, and then a shot from point blank range just wide by Nikulin. Got a great feed, but shot it off target. They battle below the goal line. Played up the boards, but kept alive at the right point. Driving along the blue line, Martinez skates in left wing circle with a high wrist shot off the target. Puck careens out to center ice. Slap back towards the red line by Maya Anderson. Here's Brendan Ryan for Ridgepoint. Backhands it just inside the Memorial West zone. Skated immediately out from left to right by Wyatt Legge. Legge with a wrist shot that was deflected wide by Boltina. Henry Lord battling along the far boards with Ryan. Backhanded clear out to the neutral zone where Simeon Nikulin will play it there for the Whalers. Falls down and he plays a pass to center, almost picked off. Charlie Blake skated by it, back into the Whalers zone. Chopped down with a high stick, but not high enough. Then a loose puck in front, and Stafford is robbed by Saratatsev. Along the side of the net, comes back up top. Jeb Gould with a wrist shot off the chest, rebound wide. Saratatsev made that first save as Cote now battles in the left wing corner, and it'll be steered out by Henry Lord. From left to right along the right wing boards, he shoots in. The Whalers go for a change. Here's Cole Motton on defense. First shift for him, number 44 for the Ridgepoint Panthers. 3.5 gone by. Make it 4.5 gone by here in the first period. A 1-1 game as Simeon Nikulin races for the puck in his own end and lifts it in to the Whaler bench.
Really impressive Ridgepoint. They are bringing it on hard, and a lot of shots, already 5 shots for the Panthers, and these are online as well. The stronger of the two teams so far.
Memorial West coming in off a 14-0 win against Tomball. Mason Bertlesen led the way with 5 goals. Matthew Frazier 4, Andre Czech 2. But Frazier and Czech are not here tonight. Still a 1-1 game as we play, 5 minutes gone. A Whaler went down. That was Stephen Corbeil right in front of his bench. And he's going to be able to get the puck back at center. Skate from right to left, make it left to right. And he is taken down right in front of the Ridgepoint bench by Matthew Kupich. Simeon Nikulin at left defense. To his partner at right defense, Bertlesen. Bertlesen uses the boards, works it back out to center ice. Turned over at the Ridgepoint line. Here's Connor Bailey now, just inside of the zone. He flips it in, cross corner with his dump into the right wing corner. Here's Simeon Nikulin again. And he takes a stiff hit from Bailey, walking it in. Boisvert along the goal line. Puck is bouncing in the slot, or not, or excuse me, in the crease. And Saratatsev is able to jump on it.
Well, Saratatsev, only a freshman. This is probably going to be his toughest test of the season. He's had a good defense in front of him all year, having a great season, but Ridgepoint is bringing the lumber so far.
9:24 left, period 1-1 game. Face off to the right of Saratatsev. Sent to the side of the net by Zach Lloyd. And the Whalers clear as it gets past Motton at the point. Gould recoils. Over to Sydney Brooks. He puts it back into the Whalers zone. Maya Anderson in the skate race with Zach Lloyd. They'll cancel each other out. The puck comes free to the top of the crease, and it's skated out of danger by the Whalers. Moving in, Grigory Nikulin on his backhand. Skates below the goal line, wedged off the play, and back come Ridgepoint. Sydney Brooks, cross-ice feed, and the play is whistled offside. 8:46 to go in period number 1.
And the Whalers had Ridgepoint had a 3-on-2, but good defense by the Whalers. Held up Brooks just enough to force that offsides.
Face-off outside of the Whalers zone. As a team, they're averaging over 8 goals a game. Legge spins it back into the zone. Gould behind its net. Over to Brock Cote, the goal scorer for the Panthers here in the first period. Turned over, here's Charlie Blake skating in. And good piece of defending by Michael Martinez in the slot. Puck work to the near boards. Chipped out to the neutral zone by Legge. Stafford lost it back to Legge. Motton tries to stand him up. Here's a backhander, and Thomas made the save. Swing and a miss off the rebound by Henry Lord. Cote skates behind his goaltender's net. Turn it over behind the goal line to Henry Lord, and then he is taken down. Here's Cote. Flips it back to the blue line. Turned back by Martinez into the neutral zone. Cote at his blue line. Sends back. Jeb Gould flipped it ahead for the chip in by Stafford, and immediately cleared by the Whalers. Henry Lord brought in and then poked right back out at the blue line as Martinez drives in to the offensive zone. Along the right wing boards, he skates into the circle. He's got the goal that has tied this game up. Played back left point, kept alive by Alexander Zhang. And then Ridge Point works it up the near boards and cleared across their blue line. Connor Bailey in across the offensive line with a wrist shot wide. 7:18 to go. 1-1 game first period. Axel turned it over in the neutral zone on his centering pass to Maya Anderson, who got it back out to center. Ridge Point tag back up as they send it back into the offensive zone. Comes right back out to the neutral zone. Flip right back in. Martinez will give chase. 8 minutes gone by first period. A 1-1 game. Martinez clearing pass was intercepted. Ricocheted off of Boisvert onto the stick of Anderson, and she clears the zone before Ridge Point shoot it right back in. Anderson watches Martinez get the puck back out the center and placed on the stick at right defense of Matthew Kupich. Steered over to left defense. Shot all the way down. Icing is called on Ridge Point. 6:35 to play, first period, 1-1.
Forecheck by Ridge Point, fantastic in this period. Memorial West really having trouble clearing the puck, especially that last possession. And they'll get a fresh set of bodies out there on this line change. Panthers look really sharp. Still 1-1 game. Luckily Martinez, if that dump in goal, has things tied.
Ridge Point have yet to defeat Memorial West this season. Puck played with a high stick. Blake back out to center ice. The chip ahead to Sydney Brooks out of her reach and turned back into the zone by Simeon Nikulin. Jeb Gould takes behind his net. Worked around the far boards. Lost it at the half wing boards to Stephen Corbeil. Puck in the high slot off the turnover. Lord looking to get one off, but he got tangled up with his own man, Gregory Nikulin. Now Sydney Brooks skates in. Mason Bertlesen washes her out, takes control of the puck behind his netminder. 5:45 to go. Brooks falls down inadvertently. Puck played out to center ice on the lead pass to Henry Lord. He gains the zone. Lord, top of the right wing circle, shooting one from the top of the left wing circle, and a good glove save by the senior netminder Nathan Thomas.
You can really see the missing of Frazier and Check. Just the offensive pressure is not there right now for the Whalers. They're getting some looks, but not as much without those two great star players.
Kean Stafford takes the face-off victory. Motors down from right to left. Skates in the zone. Has a 2-on-1, and his flip over to Charlie Blake, hopped over number 14 stick. Blake gets it back, shooting, and a pad save made at the side of the net by Saratatsev. Here's Bertelsen. Hassled on the forecheck. Working to his own blue line to Dagan. Dagan to center. Here's Seiler. Ethan Seiler, number 13, shot was blocked right in front of him. And Ridge Point able to skate it out. Brock Cote along the left wing boards. Wrist shot, pad save as that shot was headed wide. On the rebound, he tries to feather a pass through. It goes all the way through. And Charlie Blake will send it in down low. Dagan there to play it up the far boards. Turned over Nathan Ruhr. Then ahead to Seiler. Try to get it to Dagan. Turned back by Boltina. Boltina turned it over to Michael Martinez, who shoots on a wrist shot right over the catching glove and wide, as Nathan Thomas had to attempt to save there, but the shot was going wide anyway. Dagan in the corner. Played up the boards, and Stafford pokes it out to center. 4.5 to go, 1-1 here in the first period. As Ridge Point getting into the zone with a 2-on-1. Stafford over to the cross ice, and they score! Off the feed from Stafford, Ridge Point takes a 2-1 lead as Matthew Boisvert puts them up 2-1 on his 15th goal of the season.
Now Stafford, probably the best skater out there for the Panthers, made that play That's one of those passes where you just hope your man gets there, and Boivay was able to catch it up and backhand it in. Stafford, you can't forget about him. Another great assist. He had a good one in the last game we did too.
15 goals for Matthew Boivay. 2-1 as that goal comes at 10:40 of this first period. Michael Martinez out to the neutral zone. It's Jeb Gould cutting right, shooting one. Saratatsev smothers that one. Nearly 11 minutes gone here in period number 1. 2-1 Ridgepoint. Goals by Cote and Boisvert. And at 2:37, Martinez got what was the game-tying goal for Memorial West. Ladle back to the point for a shot redirected. The original shot came from Cole Motton. It was redirected wide. Centering pass, Connor Bailey swipes at it, shoots, hops up, and the catching glove is there of Misha Saratatsev.
Well, we're just under 4 minutes to go in this period. Ridgepoint already 10 shots. They're on pace for 35 shots or so in this game. And we knew it was going to be a tough one for Saratatsev.
Henry Lord got it out to center ice, and it went back into the Whalers zone on a delayed offside. Anderson swings it around behind the net for Michael Martinez, and then she went down. Turned over. Here's Boivay. Left wing circle. Penalty is called. It's going to be on Ridgepoint.
Bailey ran into Leggy. Now they called it on the big guy. Always unfair. Now this is a good break for Memorial West. The first power play opportunity. That looked like a pretty incidental hit.
They'll call Connor Bailey for roughing. Is another penalty for the team leader in penalties. Bailey came in tonight, 42 penalty minutes, and here's a Mr. Electric power play. Mr. Electric, we have the power to make things better for the league's best power play, converting at a 20.8% clip against the league's second best penalty kill, killing over 96% of the penalties they've taken this season. Bertlesen, his lead pass, far out of the reach of Wyatt Leggy, and slapped all the way back down by the Panthers. So Martinez will try again. Bertlesen recoils after overskating the puck, ladled it back for Martinez, who will skate in along the left wing boards into the circle. Got by Boltina, tried the side of the net play. Then the rebound came off of centering feed, and Nikulin couldn't bury that one. Ridgepoint tried to clear the zone. Glove down by Bertlesen. Here's Martinez. Backhander, shot. What a save as Lord is denied on essentially a 2-on-0 by Thomas. Martinez tried to send it back. It's chipped out of the neutral zone past the stick of Bertlesen. Over a minute killed thus far by the Panthers. 2:20 to go in the first period. From left to right, the Whalers try again. Bertlesen weaving his way across the offensive line. Got by Brooks. His centering pass intercepted and actually goes on goal, and Thomas drops and covers. 40 seconds to go on the power play.
That save by Thomas last time down, incredible. Nobody in front of him except two Whalers. And the first big save of the night. And good job on this kill by Ridgepoint. They've only allowed one shot.
And immediately we'll have another face-off as
it's the disco ball.
Boltina hit one of the steel supports holding this thing up. 2:03 to go. Face-off to the right of Nolan Thomas. 2-1 Ridgepoint. Sidney Brooks against Henry Lord. Lord wins it back. 30 seconds to go on the power play. Simeon Nikulin at the left point, lost it, slapped down and cleared by the Panthers. 20 seconds to go on the man advantage for the Memorial West Whalers. Bertlesen, his outlet pass was turned over to Jeb Gould, watched by Grigory Nikulin, and Gould flips it back to the make it the Memorial West line. Skated in by Martinez along the right wing boards into the corner, monitored by Gould. Gould actually got caught up with an official. Martinez looking for a play. Power play is over. Here's a shot. Martinez got it kicked out by Thomas, and it's cleared all the way down, but it'll go on target and have to be played by Saratotsev, so no icing. But the Panthers kill the power play, and they are now back at even strength with Memorial West as we approach the final minute of play in the first period. 2-1 Panthers. Here's Simeon Nikulin. Michael Martinez, a minute to go. His lead pass off the skate of Seiler. It will ricochet down. Icing will be whistled with 54.2 seconds to go in the first period.
Whalers are trying to pass. All their passes are 100 feet, too long. And you're just not going to complete any passes passing it that far. They got to tighten up a little bit. That was a good example in that power play. The passes were just too far.
Face off to the right of Misha Saratotsev. Who's going to take it from Memorial West? It's won by Ridge Point. Bailey in the corner. Maya Anderson will get it in the corner with 45 seconds to go. Had it taken away from her by Nicholas Axel. Martinez now from behind the net. Up the near boards. Dagan plays it back to the neutral zone. Gould to the center circle for Boivay. He's got what is right now the lead goal. 2-1 Ridge Point. Spun in by Martinez into the offensive zone. 20 seconds to go. Flipped up the left wing boards out to center ice. Giving chase Bailey along with Anderson. Anderson sends it to the half wing boards. Here's a shot from the circle. Boivay is stopped by Saratotsev, leaving 11.6 seconds to go here in the first period.
Shots unofficially. Ridge Point 11, Memorial 6.
3 points separate these two teams. Memorial West 15-1-1. Ridge Point 13-4-2. Puck comes up top to the right wing circle. Wrist shot. Motton sends it wide. And with 3 seconds to go, Bailey another try. It's deflected. Hopping. And did it go in? Did it go in?
I don't believe it did. Just outside.
Just outside at the end of the first period. It almost became a 2-goal lead for the Panthers. This is the ISHL on LSN Sports.
Bonfire Wings is a neighborhood-based, fast casual counter-service restaurant. Bonfire Wings specializes in 12 unique flavors of hot wings. Traditional favorites like gumbo and boudin are mainstays. They boast wing sauces with creative names such as Cajun Mojo, Garlic Parmesan, Spicy Creole, Insanely Hot, the award-winning and top seller Honey Barbecue, Hot Lemon Pepper, and Sweet Heat. 2 Houston area locations including in North Shore on Wood Forest Boulevard. Bonfire Wings, genuine Creole, uniquely Cajun.
There are only 2 names to know when buying or selling commercial or residential real estate property. Kim Walt and Danette Watuski in Houston with RE/MAX Top Realty are those 2 names. As part of RE/MAX Top Realty, Kim Walt and Danette Watuski make your transaction smooth. RE/MAX Top Realty. # we work for it. Congratulates all local high school athletes. Their phone number is 713-777-SOLD.
Looking for electrical help you can count on? Switch to Mr. Electric. We have some of the best trained electricians in the business, and they're ready to help you with any project, big or small. Best of all, with Mr. Electric, our work is 100% guaranteed. That's why so many people trust Mr. Electric.
We've got the power to make things better. Mr. Electric.
Well, did you hear the news of the day?
What's that?
J-Rod, no more.
J-Rod.
Yeah, Alex Rodriguez and Jennifer Lopez.
Oh, really?
Broke up.
Well, that, isn't that something?
Yep. 2-1 after 1. Memorial West trailing Ridge Point after 15.
No Ranger news?
Yeah, if they can't make it, who can, right? Tom is to our left and Saratotsev to our right.
Well, that was an entertaining first period. Ridge Point looking really strong. I mean, great skating, the passing. More shots at Memorial. I mean, they want to get that win. Remember, they lost 5-3, 5-4 this season. This is the rubber match.
Ridge Point will skate from left to right. Memorial West from right to left. Puck is dropped to start the second period. And it's Brock Cote that'll skate in from left to right along the right wing boards. Nifty stick handling, centering pass. Got caught up in traffic, and it'll be skated out by the Whalers. Henry Lord. Taken away from him by Matthew Kupich. Lead pass skated in by Cote. Sends it in towards the slot on a centering feed, and it was almost deflected on goal by Wyatt Legge defensively. Spun up the boards, and Matthew Kupich monitoring Henry Lord, stands him up and sends him down just as they cross in to the Ridgepoint zone. Lead pass, Kupich goes down. Icing is called. 43 seconds into period 2. Well, I told you Memorial West averaging over 8 goals a game. Ridgepoint 6.4 goals per game this season. They've got a 2-1 lead. Goals by Cote and Boivay. Martinez with the only tally in the first period for Memorial West.
Yeah, these teams are having big wins, 10-0, 12-0. I mean, they're used to big numbers.
Memorial West has the top 4 players in assists right now in this season. Check, Martinez, Lord, and Frazier. Of course, we told you the top of the program, and of course in the first period, that Memorial West are without the league's top scorer, Matthew Frazier, and the league's top assist man, Andre Check. Here's a long wrist shot in and out of the catching glove of Nolan Thomas. It was shot by Nikulin. No harm, no foul. Charlie Blake up the far boards, finds Cote, who lifts it out to center, onto the stick of Boltina. Boltina drives in on Bertlesen. Centering pass, nobody home, as Charlie Blake will grab it in the right wing corner, turn it over to Simeon Nikulin, and he will skate it out and begin a rush from right to left. Nikulin ahead for Henry Lord. Skates in across the line. As Cole Motton there defensively. It's flipped in deep by Lord. Gregory Nikulin on the forecheck, but the puck sails all the way down. Icing again called on Ridgepoint. 1:45 gone by here in the second. 2-1 Panthers.
Yeah, the Whalers have to be careful. Ridgepoint they feel that they can push this down with some long extended passes. They're thinking they can get a breakaway. The Whalers are just about to lose it on these breakaways.
Elsewhere tonight, getting underway in about 30 to 40 minutes time. Fair Creek and Cy Woods up at the Willowbrook Aerodrome. Following us tonight, Cinco Ranch hosts Tomball. That game at 7:30 here from the Sugar Land Ice and Sports Center. Zach Lloyd shoots in. And we have a whistle, and then was it another icing? Looks like it was shot in from behind the red line.
Yeah, they're really pushing it. I mean, as soon as they get the puck, they're sending it down. 3 icings in a row for the Panthers.
Face off to the right of Thomas. Swept all the way to the far half wing boards. Boltina will lift it off the glass and out to center. Took a while to drop onto the ice as Zach Lloyd overskated the puck at the blue line, sent down by Maya Anderson, and that will be an icing called on the Whalers. Very choppy play so far here at the start of the second.
Yeah, you can see without the big playmakers out there, it's just not as tight. I don't think I've ever been to a game where something like 140 points is gone from the lineups.
A lot of firepower out of the lineup tonight for the Memorial West Whalers. They're trailing 2-1 with 2:11 gone by here in period 2. Boltina left defense. Sends down the board Lloyd, but turned over and flipped back out to the neutral zone. Kupich will collect it in his own end. Matthew Kupich, 7 goals on this season for the senior defenseman. Sent in deep. Puck comes back to Kupich with a wrist shot wide from the right wing circle. It ricochets back out to the neutral zone. Boltina skates in along the right wing side. The shot is deflected and falls right into the catching glove of Misha Saratatsev. 12:16 to go. 2-1 Ridgepoint.
Yeah, Memorial's kind of fallen into a defensive type of play. Ridgepoint's getting it across, and Memorial is just trying to hold on, tighten it up.
Face off to the left of Saratatsev. Won by the Whalers. Martinez recoils back behind his own net, plays it up the left wing boards as he's able to locate Nathan Rohr. There's Martinez skating in, has no help. Everybody was in the neutral zone. Tries a centering pass out of the reach of Rohr, sent back out to the neutral zone. Maya Anderson sweeps it from right defense to left defense, and Michael Martinez. Rohr stood up by Boivay at the red line, or excuse me, at the blue line. Martinez To the Ridgepoint line, Motton sends it all the way down. Icing again, called on the Panthers as Motton ices the puck. With 3:20 gone by here in period number 2. It is 2-1 Ridgepoint.
5 icings so far in this period. We're only about 4 minutes gone. Ridgepoint's just got to slow down and bring it up, and then you can make your passes.
Lord will take the faceoff for the Whalers. Puck will be dropped to the right of Nathan Thomas. After stalemate, here's a wrist shot blocked by Legge. Got it back, shoots and scores in the slot as he beats Thomas over the right shoulder and ties the game at 2.
The Whalers needed that. Legge stayed with it, took it across the crease. It's tough to get that puck up there, and he stuck it above the shoulder, as Mike said. You got to have these other players step up, and Legge, that's only his 6th goal of the year. They'll take it.
Ties the game up at 2 at the 3:25 mark here in period 2. 2-2 game as they go back and forth. Kean Stafford poked away from him by the goal scorer Legge. Left defense Boltina. Ahead to the right wing for Brock Cote. He scored the game's first goal. Wheels with it. Down below the goal line. Left it in the corner for a centering pass. That is deflected up top for a blast by Boltina. Rebound after the initial save by Saratatsev. Loosened. Fuck. Comes back. High point. Shot by Kupich. Was blocked by Saratatsev. And Memorial West able to flip it around to the far boards, but not out. Boltina turned it over at the half wing. Off the stick of Lord, onto the stick of Kupich. Turned over at the blue line before it is spun back in by Stafford and slapped back out by the Whalers. This could roll all the way down for icing, and it will be whistled icing with 4:16 gone by in period 2. 2-2 game.
That's probably a new record for icings and that we've done. That's 6 in 5 minutes, less than 5 minutes.
Faceoff comes down to the Whaler zone.
Is icings the plural of icing?
I guess so.
It is now.
Sydney Brooks will take the faceoff. Certain size disadvantage between her and Ethan Seiler. They battle in the corner. Sit behind the goal. Bertlesen there for the Whalers. Around for Stephen Corbeil. Corbeil has trouble clearing the zone. Sends back into the corner. Bertlesen chasing after it. Puts on the brakes. Pinned to the boards by Ryan. Up ahead for Corbeil. Corbeil backhands it out to the neutral zone, but he ends up turning it over to Jeb Gould. Shoulders Gould. Gould recoils with the puck. Takes it back into his own end. Coming up on 5 minutes gone by here in period 2. A 2-2 game. Alexander Jean getting a shift here in the second period along the near boards. Comes back to the point. Mott with a wrist shot. Pad save by Saratatsev as the puck is muscled off his left pad into the left wing corner. And now it is Nikulin. Simeon Nikulin racing from right to left. Gains the zone. Skates by Mott. Wrist shot. Save Thomas. Oh, what a great individual effort by Simeon Nikulin. But Thomas said no. Back to the point. Simeon Nikulin with another wrist shot. Kick back towards him by one of the Panthers in front. Now it was Motton. Puck hops into the left wing corner. Here's a shot from the circle. Went wide. He played there by Seiler around the net to the near boards. Turned over to Charlie Blake. And out they come. Sidney Brooks. Off Martinez's stick. And he will begin a rush. Tries a lead pass to the blue line. Picked off by Gould. Punch back into the Whaler zone. Again it is Martinez with 6 minutes gone by in period 2. 2-2. Martinez got by Motton. Skates below the goal line. Looking to touch up there. Ends up turning it over to Gould. But the Whalers take control. Behind the net, Lord. It's Motton around the boards. Then Lord in the corner. Centering pass on the backhand. Legge shoots one off his backhand softly to the crease. And Thomas able to stop on it. With 8:41 to go here in the second period. It's a 2-2 game.
Legge's goal must have sparked something of the Whalers as Memorial looked much better last few times down the ice. Pushing it in. 4 shots already now. And Legge, a second one there.
Puck sent around, kept alive, right point Anderson. Down the boards for Lord. in the corner. His centering pass, able to trickle towards the top of the crease before Ridgepoint swept it away from their goaltender. Here comes Nick Axel across the blue line with Boivay. Axel having a little trouble with it, ends up turning it over. Lord to Legge along the left wing, skating from right to left and then across the line. Wyatt Legge, who's tied this game up. His shot blocked right in front of him. Ricocheted right back to Lord as Gould made the block. Ridgepoint in trouble in their own zone, able to sweep it around to the near boards. Connor Bailey flips it out to center ice. Martinez back to the neutral zone. Bailey had his stick lifted by Lord, but with a strong stick, he's able to get possession. Skate from left to right, cutting into the zone. Leaving it for Boisvert with a high shot that sails over the right arm of Saratatsev. Nolan Boltina at left defense now. It's Kupich. He spins in. Make that Boltina. Flipped up the boards. Boivay sends it right back down and takes a hit from Lord. Maya Anderson working against Brock Cotea at the far half wing boards. 7:40 gone by here in the second period. It's a 2-2 game. Puck trickles back out to center ice. Matthew Kupich wheeling with it. Watched by Legge. Backhands it towards the blue line, but not into the zone. Cote had it taken away from him before it is back into the Panthers zone. Charlie Blake. Pass towards center, Kean Stafford. And with his speed, he'll begin a rush. It's a 3-on-2. Stafford, left wing circle, shooting, scoring! Got by Maya Anderson and beat Saratatsev to give the Panthers a 3-2 lead.
You said it, Mike. Stafford in the speed, quickest guy out there. It was a 2-on-2, then it turned into a 3-on-2, and then Stafford said, heck, I'll take it myself. Wrist shot. And a credit to the Panthers, if there's a rebound there, two Panthers would have jumped on it. So Stafford, a big play.
18th goal for the young freshman Kean Stafford, who had a goal along with Matthew Kupich on Sunday in the 2-2 tie against the Rampage. 3-2 game, 6:45 to go. Kean Stafford from the right wing circle, centering pass, and a pad save made by Saratatsev. Off that ricochet, Stafford gets it back with another wrist shot. That was blocked. In front, working hard to get it back, and then it is skated out by Bertlesen. Cross the line, Bertlesen skates in, shoots, Thomas with the save. 6:20 to go, 3-2. News of the week out of the Interscholastic Hockey League is there will be an 11th team next year, maybe 12. We'll see. If there might be contraction, I'm not sure, but it was reported that Strake Jesuit will have a team all to itself. There are currently 5 to 6 players on Memorial West roster that go to school at Strake Jesuit College Preparatory.
Well, I'm excited. I went there, and, man, if they had had that back in my day, I would have been the first guy to sign up. That's exciting. Good for them. A couple of more, another green team out there. Is while we were talking, Thomas was slow to get up. Looks like he's okay. Yeah, Memorial's going to lose some guys next year.
They certainly are. I was talking with acting head coach, or one of the acting head coaches, Taylor Mullen, as he was walking in. He didn't itemize which players went to Strake, but he said about 5 to 6 of them did. Who knows? Some of them might be seniors, right at the moment, playing in their final ISHL season, so next year's team wouldn't have some of the Memorial West current skaters on there. Lloyd into the zone. Simeon Nikulin sends it right back out as Corbeil will skate from on the right wing boards and hand it to Henry Lord. His shot, swing and a miss, swept to the far boards by Gould. 5:50 to play, second period. The Panthers have a 3-2 lead. They work back into the neutral zone, then through into the offensive zone, and Zach Lloyd's wrist shot is stopped by Saratatsev.
Who is the possible 12th team?
I don't know. I mean, right now they have 11, so if they don't contract or take a team out, Strake would be the 12th.
Oh, okay. I thought you said 2 more teams.
No, but I thought that they said they were going to be the 11th team, so maybe if a team is going to leave the ISHL, it would be the team that has to travel the furthest to get here, and that would be San Antonio.
Good point.
Nothing official, obviously. I don't know. Here's
Rampage are good, though.
Second best team in the North Division. They spent a lot of time in first, overtaken by Cy Woods. The Wildcats have a 3-point lead over the Rampage. Here's a shot blockered away by Saratatsev. And Martinez looking to skate it out from right to left, and he does. Cutting wide to his right past Boivay. Martinez on his backhand, forced into the right wing corner by Gould. Axel battling for the puck along with Martinez, who pinches in, and Long couldn't keep it along the blue line. Comes back out to center ice. From left to right, Boivet. Steering into the corner. Pushed by Jake Hetman into the boards, but the Panthers still have possession. Hetman works it back behind the net. Maya Anderson turned over at the point. Jeb Gould, then a wrist shot catching glove in action. Saratotsev stops Boivet. 4:49 to play in the second period. 3-2 Panthers. The go-ahead goal currently to Kean Stafford at 8:07 of this second period.
Shots unofficially. Ridge Point 18, Memorial 11.
Puck will be dropped to the right of the freshman goaltender Misha Saratotsev.
Usually Memorial has around 35 shots a game with the big two, Frazier and Czech, so different ball game tonight.
Whalers skated out. Seiler in across the line. Watched by Kupich. Turned over to Martinez in the slot. Oh, right off the catching glove of Nathan Thomas. Michael Martinez flips towards the center circle, picked off by Boltina. He skates in to the offensive zone. Shooting, and he scores! 4-2 Panthers.
Well, when you can't clear the puck, bad things happen, and Memorial just couldn't get it down. Boltina, he took it himself. We're seeing a lot of self-takers by Ridge Point tonight. That's because no one's picking them up. Doing a good job bringing it in there, wristing it in. Boltina, now 4-2.
3 goals scored in the first period. 3 goals scored so far here in the second period. And no repeat goal scorers just yet. 4-2 as the goal for Boltina comes at 10:44 of the second period. They battle in front of the Whaler bench. Puck is out at center. Simeon Nikulin gets it right side of his own blue line. Seiler couldn't clear the zone as the puck got caught up with the linesman, blocking it on the play. Puck then ends up rolling down to Saratotsev. And he'll get the whistle with 3:49 to go, as Kean Stafford was right there in the area looking for his second goal of the night.
Memorial's struggles tonight is just getting it out of their zone and getting it to center ice and having some sort of offensive attack. Again, only 12 shots. And Ridge Point bringing the juice here, 4 goals.
Leading 4-2 without the league's 4th best scorer, Drew Blake. Charlie Blake is 5th in the league in scoring, but he's been held off the score sheet from a goal scoring standpoint so far tonight. Lord battles with Cote. Cote loses it out to center ice for Hetman. Hetman tracked down with a shot taken, save, rebound, score. The initial save, and then Legge scores his second. So after talking about not having a repeat goal scorer, Wyatt Legge pots his second. It cuts the deficit in half.
That's what we said in pregame. Some of the second and third liners going to have to make up for the loss of Frazier and Czech, and Legge having a big night, a couple of goals and a few other good shots. What year is Legge? He's a really good young player.
Senior.
He ain't young. Well, he's a good player.
Well, he's young relative to us.
Yeah, everybody is.
Back at the neutral zone. Here comes Hetman for the Whalers from right to left. Locates Legge at the half-wing boards. Down to Lord, who plays it below the goal line for Hetman. Hetman leaves it behind the goal, ends up turning it over to Brock Cote. As they play it back up the boards, and Cote will skate it out. 3 minutes to go. Cote scored the game's first goal. Wrist one, pad save by Saratotsev. Cote has it back to the top of the right wing circle. Martin shoots. That one just wide. Hetman trying to clear the zone. Ends up deflecting off a Ridge Point stick and going out of play. 12-13 gone by. Period 2. 4-3 Panthers.
Nip and tuck game. I mean, I've been harping on the Whalers' struggles, but when they can, they've got goals to stay in this game.
Back on January 22nd, Memorial West scored the game's first goal. Ridgepoint then scored the next 3 before Memorial West scored 3 straight, gave themselves a 4-3 lead. Ridgepoint tied it up at 4. And then on the shorthand, back on January 22nd, Andre Czech scored late in the game to propel the Whalers to victory. Right now it is 4-3 Panthers. Legge looking for a centering pass. Hetman swings and misses. He had his shot attempt disrupted by the Panthers, who end up icing the puck down into the Whalers zone. So the puck will come all the way back down into the Ridgepoint end.
Trying to remember if we had a penalty in this period. I don't believe we have.
Not yet.
Not yet, so much cleaner.
2 penalties in the first period. Roughing on Martinez, roughing on Bailey. Face off to the right of Thomas.
Overall, a clean game.
Gregory Nukulin will take the face off against Boivay. Boivay wins it. Boltina takes it behind the net. Tries to begin a rush, looking for a lead pass. Sends it ahead for Connor Bailey. Along the right wing side, he steers it across the line. He'll shoot, deflected off the stick of Martinez and over the goal. Puck hopping around. Anderson uses the boards. Gets it back out the center past Bailey. Collected by Boltina. Less than 2 minutes to go in a 4-3 game here in the second. Panthers with the lead. Here's Gould gliding through the neutral zone and across the line. Wrist shot, save made with the paddle of Saratatsev. Martinez, far wing boards. On his forehand, cuts to his left, cuts back to his right, across the red line, across the blue line, and the play is whistled offside as Dagan was in before Martinez.
Wasn't by much. Dagan knew it, about 3 feet over.
Well, coming up next Friday here on the ISHL on LSN Sports, we'll have an interdivisional matchup as the Klein Bearcats skate into Sugar Land to battle the Seven Lakes Spartans. Our coverage will get underway at 7:30 next Friday night right here on your home for the ISHL LSN Sports. Ahead for Charlie Blake. 2-on-2. Has Stafford cutting to the net. He sends one that way, but it went into the skates of Stafford. Cote down below the ice. Lead pass right in front, and Blake stopped by Saratatsev. Sit back down low. Stafford looking for a pass from Blake. Back to the point. Gould with a long shot wide. Cote gets the rebound on his backhand. Play in front of the net, and it's deflected wide. Last 55 seconds, Martinez. He wedges it in. Along the goal line, on his forehand. Puts on the brakes, stood up on the play by Boltina. Ends up losing the puck to Boltina, and we have a whistle. And we have slashing called by one of our referees tonight, George Lahaki.
My old teammate back in the adult league. Let's see who that was on.
Former off-ice official.
Yep, it's on
for
Cote.
the Imperial Games. No, it doesn't look like it's going to. Oh, is Cote going to get? Yep. He's like, me?
And this period, or this penalty, will carry into the third period.
14-17, the time of the penalty on Brock Cote, number 24. Just his third penalty of the season. This is a Mr. Electric power play for Memorial West. 0 for 1 so far tonight. Mr. Electric, we have the power to make things better. Hetman behind the net. Boy, who's on the power play here?
Yeah.
Good stiff forecheck presented by the Panthers. 20 seconds to go. Skating in, Lord has Bertlesen cutting to the net. Gives it to Bertlesen. Couldn't get a shot off. Puck to Legge. His shot wide into the corner. Now Hetman, half-wing boards. Centering pass, deflected off the stick of Lord. Panthers clear in the last 3 seconds, and that will do it for period number 2, with a minute 16 of penalty time carrying over to the third period. 4-3 Ridgepoint. This is the ISHL on LSN Sports.
We've got the power to make things right. Mr. Electric, show you the light.
Looking for electrical help you can count on? Switch to Mr. Electric. We have some of the best trained electricians in the business, and they're ready to help you with any project, big or small. Best of all, with Mr. Electric, our work is 100% guaranteed. That's why so many people trust Mr. Electric.
We've got the power to make things better. Mr. Electric.
A household inventory is a valuable asset if your home is ever vandalized or damaged. State Farm agents Jim Estep and Rick Blount have a brochure that makes it simple. Here are a couple of suggestions. Make a video or photo record of your household items. List all important serial numbers, and then place these records in your safe deposit box. For a free brochure with more ideas, contact State Farm agents Jim Estep and Rick Blount. Like a good neighbor, Jim Estep and Rick Blount are there.
Forming, rolling, punching, cutting, welding. If you know what I'm talking about, you know it's the Walk-Up Company. The Walk-Up Company has become the leading metal fabricator in the Houston area because we can offer you something few others can match. Extensive fabrication experience, a highly seasoned and skilled workforce, high-tech equipment, and the stability you want in tough economic times. Family owned and operated for years, so you know we'll be here for the long run. And our commitment to quality work and customer satisfaction makes the Walk-Up Company the right choice for you. Visit us at walkupco.com. That's walkupco.com. The Walk-Up Company. Your imagination, our fabrication.
Michael Silvers and David Feliciano with you here. Start of the third period, 4-3 Ridge Point. Teams tied up in the second, 2 goals apiece. But the Panthers have the lead goal. And with 15 minutes to go, they lead at 4-3. But they are on the penalty kill, a Mr. Electric power play, a minute 16 of carryover penalty time. And the Whalers, 0 for 1 on the power play so far, have a chance to tie things up with the man advantage.
And the kills for both these squads excellent, as we've been talking all game long. Shots unofficially through 2 periods. Ridge Point 22, Memorial 15.
Saratatsev to our left and Thomas to our right. Face-off won by Ridge Point. Jeb Gould off the boards and out to center. Bertlesen at right defense as the Whalers try to get organized. League's best power play, 0 for 1 tonight. Drop pass, Hetman, Lord, back to Hetman. Hetman centering pass side of the net, Martinez, backhanded it wide. Brooks tries to clear the zone, couldn't do it. Martinez with the takeaway. Down below the goal line, Hetman. Tough angle shot by Legge, sails over the target, and it's Bertlesen at right defense at the point. Sweeping with it in the slot, wide, Legge. Rebound, Lord to the side of the net, waved off. No goal. They continue to battle along the goal line. Hetman shot from the tough angle, may have hit the side of the net. 30 seconds to go. Good zone time here on the power play by the Whalers. Cross ice pass, intercepted and flipped out of play by Boivay.
Man, that was a long shift.
Somebody needs to turn the clock off.
Yeah, they're losing 5, 6, 7 seconds. They got to repair that, fix that.
They may have to keep it on the ice.
Yeah.
There was about 16 seconds, I thought, that was left at the time that the puck was sent out of play, but I don't know if they're going to be able to get it right back to where it was, so they may have to keep time on the ice themselves. Not sure how sophisticated the scoreboard is. It don't look very sophisticated.
No. Actually, it's working better than it has in recent years, if I remember correctly.
So 10 seconds on the scoreboard, but they're not going to let it go until being told to start the clock. At the side of the net, Thomas looking to locate the puck. There it goes. So we're in the last 6 seconds of the power play. Martinez down low. Lord couldn't get a shot off. Poked away by Thomas, and a shot went wide off the stick of Hetman as the Panthers have cleared it. And here comes a jack-in-the-box play. Chance for Cote, but he had trouble with it off that lead pass, and Bertlesen able to cancel him out. Motton sends in down low. Stafford behind the net for Cote. Taken away from him by Martinez. Far boards pinching in. Motton swings it below the goal line. Oh, nice individual play by Cote to get the puck into his possession and keep it. Twisting with it on his backhand. Stops high point and then sends down into the corner for Kean Stafford. Backhands behind the net on the stick of Michael Martinez, who leaves it for Bertlesen. He'll send it down and ice the puck. 2 minutes gone exactly from the start of the third period. 4-3 Panthers.
Now, Cote almost snuck behind everybody. That's hard to do if you can make that play, as Mike described. He almost had a breakaway, but couldn't corral the puck. I have not seen a goal scored that way in a long time.
Oh, the old jack-in-the-box goal?
Yeah.
Rangers almost had one last night in their 4-0 loss to Boston. But of course, it had to be a defenseman that came out of the box for that opportunity. And Ryan Lindgren just,
I don't get too upset.
That's a tough ask.
Yeah.
Saratatsev played the carom off the glass, left at the side of the net for his teammate, and it's turned over in the neutral zone off the clear as Jeb Gould from right to left will skate in. Loses his balance, but is able to shoot in. Maya Anderson swings it back the other way to the near boards. Stopped by Zach Lloyd, down to Sidney Brooks, back to Lloyd, and taken away by Michael Martinez. 2:40 gone by. Centering pass, almost like a shot pass, went all the way through the net mouth to the near boards. Good forecheck here by the Panthers with extended zone time. It's the side of the net. Chance by Brooks. And Saratatsev closes the door. In the corner, Zach Lloyd. Watched by Simeon Nikulin. And now here comes Martinez, driving from left to right. Got a 3-on-2 developing as they go across the blue line. Martinez drops it back. Seiler never was able to get a shot off as Brooks stood him up in between the circles. Dropped into the corner. Dagan will play it there. Got by Gould. Worked around to the back of the net. Still Dagan with a centering pass. At the side of the net. Thomas makes the save. Leaves it there to be played all the way back out the center. Past the long-reaching stick of Maya Anderson. 11:25 to play in the third period. 4-3 Rich Point. Anderson puts on the brakes. Works it off the boards, but not out. Good keep in by Axel. Drives in. Plays a centering pass to the slot. And Martinez able to work it back out to center, and Hetman will drive in. 1-on-3, pocket pick from behind. Here comes Boivay, back into the offensive zone. Hassled by Lord, in traffic, and down he goes. Axel, back to Bailey, long shot, patted away by Saratatsev. Bailey tried to get it back and went past his stick. Motten sends in down low. Stopped below the goal line by Bertlesen. Played up the near boards, Hetman. Taken on by Lord. Looking for a lead pass off the stick of Legge. Back into the offensive zone and then cleared into the neutral zone by Motten. Here come the Panthers from right to left. 3.5 gone by, make it 4.5. Here's Nolan Boltena. High stick by Hetman, no call. To left wing corner, Bailey. Taken into the boards by Hetman. Two big guys battling. Down below the goal line, Martinez has it behind the net. Martinez holding. Hetman ships it along for Henry Lord. Skating from left to right. Shouldered into the boards by Boivay. Ooh. And then Hetman took a high shot by Bailey. Boivay skates in along the right wing side. Long wrist shot blocked by Martinez. As Ricochet comes back for a blast by Kote. Saratatsev says no. Back comes Bertlesen. Pushed down by Boivay. And now Henry Lord will take control, enter the zone. Little dipsy doodle, but Nolan Boltena is there to steer him into the boards. Panthers skated out with Kote. Centering pass off the stick of Stafford, goes all the way through. 5.5 gone by, 4-3 Ridge Point. Buck sent in, down low, Boivay make that Charlie Blake. Played it into the corner, turned over to Bertlesen. Ladled it back to Martinez behind the Whaler net. Here comes Martinez, middle of the pond. Ahead for Lord, who kicks it into the zone. It'll roll all the way down. Icing will be whistled with 9:09 to play in tonight's game. 4-3 Panthers.
The ref's letting them play tonight. The last few times down, about 5 or 6 good hits. Yeah, I'm surprised that Bailey wasn't called for a big hit, kind of to the head area of Hetman.
The Interscholastic Hockey League is a production of LSN Sports. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or any other use of this broadcast without the express written consent of LSN Sports is strictly prohibited. Back out to the neutral zone and chasing after it. Nathan Rohr. Washed out by Motten. Good defense by Motten. 9 minutes to go. And the Panthers protecting a 1-goal lead. Stafford loses an edge as he slides into the offensive zone but loses the puck in the process. Whalers clear it out to center. Sent back in by Motten, but not all the way down as Anderson uses the boards to work it back out to center ice. Rohr tries to backhand. He's intercepted. Kote looking for a centering pass, and this shot pass out of the reach of Stafford. Lifted back out to the neutral zone. Spun back in. Martinez tries to backhand flip. We've got a whistle.
Stafford offsides just a tad.
All right, so call it offsides with 8:24 to go.
Well, Stafford, again, as we've been saying, fast, and he tried to take it end to end and tripped over the blue line. Happens sometimes. Well, he's going to have a huge career for the Panthers. I mean, already the fastest skater is a 15-year-old.
Lord and Boivay outside of the Whalers zone. Bertlesen controlling ahead for Legge. Legge puts on the brakes. Boltina almost with a hit. Looking for Lord. Back to Legge, driving in, shoots. I don't know if he ever really got a shot off. It deflected into the right wing circle, and it's flipped down by Ridge Point. Icing will be waved off. The puck was deflected down. 7 minutes gone by. 4-3 Panthers. We play here in the third period in Sugar Land. Michael Silvers, David Feliciano with you as Lord drove in, and Ridge Point able to clear it and spun back in on an offside by Bertlesen. Coming up next Friday, back here, 7:30 start, Klein and Seven Lakes in an interdivisional matchup. Klein 7-9-3, Seven Lakes 7-7-5. There's a couple more weeks here in the regular season before the playoffs get underway here in the ISHL. Our broadcast tomorrow, next week, I should say, next Friday, 7:30. Mark it on your calendars. Ridge Point flip it out the center, shot back in by Dagan. 7.5 to go. Boltina behind the net. Lays it up the right wing boards. Deflects out to the neutral zone. Spun back in on a delayed offside. The Whalers able to turn it over. Get the turnover. Oh, it played at the hand. A great opportunity.
And they scored on that too, unfortunately.
Whistled by George Lahaki for a hand pass.
The hand pass is one of those things. It's tough to call because it's has to be done in one fluid motion, and he can't grab onto it, obviously. And, boy, if he makes that play a little better, they score. A break for Ridge Point.
7:39 gone here in the third. 4-3 Panthers looking for their first win against Memorial West this season.
That's a big call.
A shorthanded Memorial West team without the league's top scorer and league's top assist man, but they don't care if they get the win. Henry Lord skating from right to left, make it left to right. Has Hetman with him. Forced wide by Motten and washed out by Motten again. He's had a good game, but Legge got the turnover, skates behind the goal, puts on the brakes. Motten skates past him, but doesn't skate too far past him and takes him down. In the corner, Lord, twisting with it. Centering pass, Bertlesen, wrist shot, score! And we are tied at 4.
Great pass by Lord. He's way on the half-wing boards on our side, and saw Bertlesen streak in there. A good tight pass, and just like that, we have a tie game. Great job by the Whalers fighting back this evening.
The 11th goal for junior Mason Bertlesen ties it up at 8:14 of the third. Ahead for Charlie Blake. Skating in, left wing circle, shoots, and Saratatsev with a save. Grigory Nikulin up the far boards but not out. Kept alive by Motten and sent in down low. Martinez is there. 4-4 game. They were tied late in the third last time on January 22nd before Andre Czech got the game-winning goal on the shorthand. Now Martinez shoots. Save Thomas. Keeps it tied. Martinez in open ice, connecting on his check with Charlie Blake, and they both go down, but they both quickly get back up. 9 minutes gone by. Martinez skates in, but we have a penalty. Holding is the infraction, and who's going in? It's going to be on Memorial West, and holding will be called on Michael Martinez.
That's a big loss. He's one of the playmakers out there tonight. He'll take it from end to end. So they'll lose him for a couple of minutes, and you just don't want to have a penalty. 4-4 games, 6 minutes to go.
This is a Mr. Electric power play. Almost deja vu-like. In the third period of the game, we last saw these two play on January 22nd. Ridge Point had a power play, but allowed a shorthanded goal, which was going to be the game winner anyway, which was the eventual game winner at 5-4. A little bit later on in the game, power play brought to you by Mr. Electric. Hetman on the shorthand, skates in. That is punched away by Thomas. 20 seconds so far off the power play. Boivay skating middle of the ice, cutting wide to his right, skating in. Poked from him by Bertlesen. Good piece of defending by the junior as he works it back out to center ice where it is skated back in along the left wing boards by Jeb Gould. He flips it over the goal line. Behind the net, Bertlesen plays up the far boards, picked off by Cote. 1:15 to go on the power play. Back to the right point, swept to the left point. Jeb Gould tries a shot pass to the right wing corner. Off target on his pass to Boivay. Cote, top of the slot. Works it down low. All the way across ice to Gould. Gould position at the right point. Less than a minute to go on the power play. Side of the net, cross ice pass. No shot taken off the feed by Stafford. Stafford has it in the left wing corner. Sends to the corner opposite side. Cote down below the goal line. Stafford over to Cote. Cote in the right wing corner. Cote looking for a pass up top for Gould. Keeps it though. Top of the point. Down the left wing boards, past Gould. Looks like it's Stafford who has it. Then his pass is intercepted with 30 seconds to go on the power play and skated out to center by Hetman. Here's Gould skating along his blue line. 20 seconds to go on the power play. 4:22 for the game. Wrist shot. That one wide on the short side of Saratatsev's net, and the Whalers clear down. Thomas will play it at the top of his crease with 10 seconds to go. 4:10 for the game, tied at 4. Here comes Cote. Cote weaving through the neutral zone, dropping it back for Boivay. Cross ice, Stafford. Puck is bouncing in the slot, and it'll be skated out as Martinez comes out of the bin. The Whalers will ice the puck in the last 3:54 as the Whalers are back to full strength in a tie 4-4 game with 3:54 to go.
Great defense by Rich Point. Whalers, that was one of the longer extended passing sequences on a power play we've seen. All around the edge, couldn't get an opening, and they cleared it. So Rich Point, nice kill.
Face off to the left of Saratatsev. Martinez has it. On the forecheck, Charlie Blake. Ethan Seiler tries a lead pass. Dagan will get there first in the corner before Motten. Motten gets back defensively. Dagan working with it in the corner. Canceled out by Motten. Poked ahead by Charlie Blake, but turned over. Seiler shot glove save by Ethan Thomas. 3:31 to go. 4-4.
And we're getting now down to 0 hour. All the shots get bigger. Don't have any penalties here.
8 goals combined. The latest one, Bertlesen. Even strength marker at 8:14 of this third period. That's gotten us to a 4-4 tie. Dagan in front of the Ridge Point bench. Turned it over at the blue line. Then walked back in. Grigory Nikulin takes it behind the net. Motten plays it up the far boards. Spun back down deep by Dagan. Motten slapping at it. Canceled out by Grigory Nikulin. Dagan down in the corner. Puck is free in the left wing circle. And it will be played out to center by the Panthers. Bailey driving in, slowing down, got by Martinez. Martinez recovers, backhand centering feed, poked away by Saratatsev. Down below the goal line, Anderson with 2:45 to go. Sweeps it up the far, but making up the near boards. It'll be chipped off the boards and back in by Seiler, but behind the red line, so he ices the puck and surrenders a draw on his own end.
Yeah, they're going to go ahead and make that line change. I don't think Seiler really wanted to do that, but they're going to have to defend one more time in their own end.
2:39 left here, regulation. No overtime in the regular season. Ridge Point with 2 ties this year, Memorial West with 1. The Panthers win the faceoff. Cote's shot is blocked and skated out by the Whalers. Hetman on his backhand, washed out by Cote and spun all the way back deep into the Whalers zone. Where it'll be Simeon Nikulin. Takes it up the middle of the ice, driving from left to right. Almost had his pocket picked by Boivay. Ends up turning it over anyway to Brock Cote. 2:10 to go. 4-4 game. Puck back to center. Sidney Brooks leaves it there for Boivay with a wrist shot that is blocked by the stick of Bertlesen. The deflection into the catching glove of Saratatsev, leaving 2:04 to play. 4-4 game.
We're going to start seeing a lot of shots from weird places in these last 2 minutes just to get anything on net. If you can get a rebound, jam it in.
.124 seconds to go. Nolan Boltina, left point, Gould flips it down the boards for Stafford. In deep, Charlie Blake. Tried to play it back up the boards. Gould, and it's taken away, and here comes Hetman using his skates. He's got a 2-on-1. Leggy cutting to the net. Hetman with a shot. Rebound after the pad save was made by Thomas. Leggy goes hard into the backboards. Blake stood up at the blue line. Puck never entered the zone. Bailey backhand flips it in to the Whalers zone. Bertlesen back with 90 seconds to go. Off the boards. Poked by Lord. Leggy flips it back out to the neutral zone. Shot in. Had to be played by Thomas. Off the forward dump in. Centering pass. Lord on the backhand. Forced wide by Boltina. Lord to the corner for Hetman. Hetman, left wing corner, all the way to the right wing corner, Lord. Lord looking for somebody in the slot. 1 minute to go. Centering pass, backhander, Hetman denied by Thomas. Big save. Here's Bertlesen. Losing control, spun all the way down. No icing called as we have 45 seconds to go in tonight's game. 4-4. Cross-ice feed, picked off, back come Rich Point. Boivay drops it, Cote. Cote looking for a centering pass, blocked by Martinez. Spun all the way into the left wing corner. Stafford is there with 30 seconds to go. Back to the point for a drive. Gould, and he redirected and it goes in. Boivay.
No goal.
No goal. They've washed it out. Played with a high stick.
Yep. Rich Point's going to complain.
Paul Wilkinson says no goal. He played it with a high stick.
Who knocked that in? Cote had the blast.
It was Boivay with what would have been the goal, but canceled out as he played it with a high stick.
That's, a bang bang play, but I think that's the right call.
Timeout, Memorial West with 26.5 seconds to go. Let's recap. First period, 3 goals were scored. At 1:24, Cote gave Rich Point a 1-0 lead. Get the game-tying goal at 2:37. Martinez made it 1-1. Then at 10:40, Boivay scored to make it 2-1. Go to the second period with the Panthers ahead 2-1. Both teams scored 2 goals in the second period. At 3:25, Wyatt Leggy tied the game up at 2 before Ridge Point scored 2 more in succession. Stafford at 8:07, Boltina at 10:44, and then at 11:32, Wyatt Leggy scored his second goal of the game to cut the deficit to 1. It was 4-3 coming in to the third period, where Mason Bertlesen tied it up at 8:14, and then just moments ago, Matthew Boivay, top of the crease, redirected a shot in behind Saratatsev. Would have been the game, the go-ahead goal, but Paul Wilkinson, one of our referees tonight, said it was played with a high stick and washed away the goal.
Again, I think the call was right on. Wilkinson was perfectly placed right behind the left side of the goaltender, so he had a clear view of the play. A couple of big calls tonight deciding this game, and we're hanging in for a tie here, 26 seconds.
Face off in the Panthers zone, 25 seconds to go. Bertlesen back to Martinez. Martinez drives in, right wing circle, wrist shot blocked, glove down in front, turned over, another chance. That shot was ricocheted to the right wing circle. Here's Martinez, side of the net, still puck in the Panthers zone. 7 seconds to go. Cote turned it over, perhaps one last chance, but the puck stays below the goal line, and that will do it. This game ends up tied 4-4. So the Panthers come in having never defeated Memorial West this season, had a chance, gave up the game-tying goal at 8:14, so they will finish the regular season against their South Division rivals 0-2-1. Another point for Memorial West gives them 32 on the season. Ridge Point gets 29 with their point after the 4-4 tie here tonight. We'll return to wrap it all up after these messages. This is the ISHL on LSN Sports.
Hey Texans fans, Drew Doherty here. Are you looking for a new home? First Community Credit Union has everything from purchase loans to construction loans, VA loans, and more. With our competitive rates, low to no closing costs, and rate match guarantee, FCCU can help you navigate home ownership. Discover your options at FCCU and get pre-approved today at fccu.org/home loans. First Community Credit Union is the official credit union of the Houston Texans. First Community Credit Union is an equal housing opportunity lender.
Now for your Wellness Minute with Dr. Steve Hotze.
Men, you're probably already aware of the fact that we're notorious for neglecting our health concerns and ignoring warning signs. If you were to be totally honest, you've experienced change in your life such as a decrease in your drive, your initiative, your assertiveness, your sense of well-being. You have increased fatigue, a decline in self-confidence. You're depressed. You have depressed moods, irritable moods. You have decreased mental sharpness, a decline in romantic moods and inclinations and sexual ability. These signs are common symptoms of men with low testosterone levels. Bioidentical, natural testosterone replacement can put a tiger back in your tank. However, men's health also requires a balance of good nutrition, detoxifying the body, and supplementing with proper vitamins, minerals, and nutrients. I'm Dr. Steve Hotze.
Guys, isn't it about time you took care of you? Call the Hotze Health and Wellness Center for a free consultation. 281-698-8698. Get back your energy and zest for life. 281-698-8698.
Michael Silvers and David Feliciano wrapping things up from the Sugarland Ice and Sports Center. A 4-4 tie, our first tie of the season of our broadcast here on LSN Sports. Bridgepoint came into this game having not defeated the Memorial West Whalers in two previous opportunities, losing 5-3 and 5-4, had a 4-3 lead practically halfway through the third before Mason Bertlesen scored what would be the game-tying goal at 8:14. And Memorial West actually had the better of the chances out of the two at that in the late scrum as time was expiring. But a key point in this game, Dave, the disallowed goal that was scored by Matthew Boivay. Paul Wilkinson wiped it away, said Boivay deflected it in with a high stick.
Couple of big calls. There was a hand pass goal by Memorial West earlier that was nullified, and then, as Mike just said, the Bridgepoint play. Again, I think both calls were correct, and I think in a way it's a win for Memorial West. Their two best players out tonight, and they played pretty darn well. They came back from 4-2 to tie it, so that's a really big tribute to the second and third lines.
So with the ties, it's still a 3-point lead in the division for Memorial West, and they've got 3 games in hand. So it doesn't look good for Bridgepoint if they've got designs on first place. 15-1-2 Memorial West with 32 points after the tie tonight. Bridgepoint 13-4-3. They have 29 points.
Yeah,
with 2 games to play.
We were looking at this game on the calendar. We knew it was going to be a good one, and it turned out to be a good competitive game. And we got a few more on our broadcast sheet, then the playoffs sneaking up in, what, about 3 weeks?
Absolutely, and that's next Friday night. Our next to last regular season broadcast. Interdivisional matchup. Klein skates in to the Sugarland Ice and Sports Center to meet the Seven Lakes Spartans. Our coverage will get underway next Friday night here on lsnsports.com at 7:30. Final score once again, the Memorial West Whalers 4, the Bridgepoint Panthers 4. For David Feliciano and our entire crew, Michael Silver saying so long until next week. This has been a presentation of LSN Sports, your home for the Interscholastic Hockey League.